People of the plaza are always asking important questions like, what is that? And why does he have hair? Don't you wish we knew more about these ding-dang maps in Splatoon 3? Every fact in this video will be true enough, meaning people might believe you if you told them it as like a offhand fun fact. This piece of art was put here to prevent people from getting nightmares from that piece of art. Yeah. I don't know what the plan was with that one. Do you see how there's 3 octopi here? This is trying to tell you that the ideal team composition should have 1 Inkling and 3 Octolings. It's only true on Brightwater Springs. Don't assume it works for all the other ones. Do you ever wonder why the boxes on Scorch Gorge never fall out of place? Well, they're actually super glued to the grates, because too many Inklings kept trying to steal them to see what was inside. If you want to know so bad, just walk up to it and just open it right there. A popular pastime for young Inklings and Octolings is to see how many of them can make it across the crosswalk of Eeltail Alley Splat Zones in an active match without getting splatted. The answer is very few. They say the shopkeepers on Hagglefish Market had to be moved back. Why? To prevent them from walking off with the Rainmaker between matches. I get it. It's gold. It's probably worth a lot of money. It looks like a fish. I know, it's a market, but you guys can't have it. We need this. We need this. Inklings and Octolings alike have been trying to figure out what that dang symbol over there means for the longest time. Is it like a smile? Is it like a cat trying to take a drink in the water below? Everyone has the same damage on the far right tooth too, so it's gotta mean something. Or maybe some Inklings and Octolings of the Splatlands preferred only 3 players on their team? Blasphemous. Security cameras had to be installed in Mincemeat Metalworks after there were findings that some Inklings were actually using an ultra stamp to try and knock a couple of the blocks loose over in the back of Mincemeat. Why are we doing this? What's the idea? If one of those blocks falls, it's gonna be a very expensive game of Jenga. Do you see how there are occasionally big ships that pass under Hammerhead Bridge? Well, one game that folks like to play is seeing if they could drop any clams directly onto those big ships down there. I really wish these Inklings would find less dangerous hobbies. One time, 8 players tried using Exploer at the same time in Mahi Resort, just to see if they all fired at the water together. Would the water level go up, at all? The answer is no, but at least it was funny to watch. A popular student game at Inkblot Art Academy is for students to throw clams at this big old, this pillow here, and see if they can draw anything. I've heard the most popular idea is to try and draw a smile. I mean, I got the mouth. One of the oldest, most popular GoodTube videos is actually just a 30-minute video of Sturgeon Shipyard's pendulum slowly swinging back and forth. Ooh, you are getting sleepy. Ooh, you are getting so sleepy. I don't know, it was a really good way to fall asleep, okay? A really common, harmless prank, I guess, in Makeo Mart is to take one of the stickers, one of the prices up here, and just give it a little swap. You see, now this cereal is gonna be $11, and this is gonna be $6. Ooh, 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 ooh. Too bad, don't forget there are, cameras right there. So maybe you wanna put that back? Wahoo World Pole is actually a distraction? From what? Oh, maybe you haven't noticed. All this trash sitting in the corner? Look, that drink has been there so long that I think it's solid now. Oh my lord. I could bet you that Wahoo World Pole has saved Wahoo World from a lot of 2-star reviews. Did you know that this Flounder Heights laundromat has to be locked during the day? Residents can get in and out with their cards, but everyone else is not allowed inside. Why? You see this weapon in my hand here? I promise, I'm not one of the people that does it, but there are a few too many sloshing machine players that try to get extra parts for their machine directly from the laundromat. doesn't even make sense. I mean, look at the laundromats. Look at my machine. Different model. An Octoling recently got banned from Umami Ruins. You know why? Do you see these 2 planks of wood here? Just examine the length of them, right? You can't really make that jump, right? But with a boarded down plank? Oh, ho, you're getting in the enemy base way faster than you should normally. They got away with this for about 2 matches before an employee over there saw what they were up to. Taking one of the life preservers and using it as some kind of bonus weapon is strictly forbidden. On a map where there's so much walking space, having something that can reach so far would give you too big of an advantage. No, this does not mean you can use it on, like, a different map, okay? I know I said specifically Manta Maria, but don't get any ideas, okay? Leave the life preserver up there, okay? Okay, thanks. When Barnacle and Dime was first introduced, some matches would accidentally become 3v4s. Why? Did you notice? For some reason, at the front of Barnacle and Dime, there's rock climbing material here? This is a mall. That's not where you do that. Anyway, though, it didn't stop 1 out of every 20 Inkling from getting a little, distracted and playing around here instead of playing the match. Come on, the game's over there. The game's over there. Go! Some local skaters at Humpback Pump Track tried to put a petition in. Why, you might ask? Do you notice that some of the blocks here are rather square in shape? Humpback Pump Track's whole thing is being as circular as possible, right? These squares, they don't fit in. Anyway, they waited for it felt like weeks before finally they got an answer. No. Maybe they could at least take out this spare brick before it hurts somebody here. One time, a match at Crab Leg Capital had to be postponed because when the Inklings and Octolings came in a fight, you see these signs over here that clearly point go up? What if I told you that when they walked in, they all pointed to the right? Unable to resist where the signs were pointing, players just kept going over here and over here and over here and over here and over here and, no! You know, since ShipShape Cargo Co. is a map that moves, some Inklings have had a very interesting idea. You see this kind of useless, like, pull tab right here? It's pretty well bolted in place. It's not going anywhere. Well, some fellas decided they should tie a rope to one end of this, another rope to their waist, and see if they'd be able to kind of bob and fly along with the boat. It's a great way to get stuck for 10 minutes before someone has to pull you back up. So please don't try that. Newer generations of Inklings and Octolings have been more and more likely to not complete their matches because of those big screens full of yummy and tasty and delicious food, making them forget why they even come here in the first place. I think I'm gonna go get a snack. When players feel like speedrunning their game of Turf War, they might go for a game of Tug War instead. Yeah, I'm talking about a Tug of War. I mean, hey, look, there's a pretty big rope over here, right? It's left here actually on purpose. Just take the rope, drop down here, and bada bing, bada boom. You've got a nice long playing field for a really interesting game of Tug of War. Think about how strong the average Inkling or Octoling is. Dynamo roller? Sloshing machines? Come on. On a hot summer's day, some cephalopods will sneak on over to Marlin Airport, you know, if there's not a match going on, and take advantage of those fans for a nice cool breeze. You definitely need more than one person though, because that's gonna get really tiring really fast. It's just you, okay? Like that. Inspired by Team Land, actually, there was the idea of changing around Lemuria Hub so players arrived by train. This only lasted a couple of days because the number of players that ended up being late went up from literally 0 to at least 2 every single match. When Urchin Underpass first got reintroduced, it seems a lot of players were a little too scared to go in that corner. I know they're just sea stars, but they look a lot like throwing stars. What if when you stood there, you got attacked immediately? This isn't even the only spot on this map that looks scary. Look at this. This looks like explosions. If I stand here, am I gonna blow up? This mirror doesn't even work. Is it trying to tell me my future is hazy? Congratulations, your brain is now full of fake information that maybe, just maybe, sounds a little bit real. Thank you for watching. I've gotta go spread some more misinformation. You know what isn't misinformation? The fact we just got to 79,000 subscribers. Thanks for that.